Howdy ho, guys and gals, it's Red, your friendly neighborhood tool bearer, back again here in the Den of Tools. And I told you I would follow up on this. Yes, we broke the news that the new Ultra Impacts, the high torque impacts were coming out. We broke the news that there was going to be a 5-year warranty. But of course, the question was, how is that 5-year warranty going to be implemented? Is it going to be just like the old school Harbor Freight warranty? I hate to say it, but the Craftsman-esque kind of warranty. You walk in, you slap the tool on the table, and they just replace it, and you're in and out. That's what we all love. That's why we go there for the hand tools. That's why Sears is now what Sears is, because they stopped doing that. So the question was, is it going to be like that? Well, they finally released some details. Unfortunately, it was kind of questionable about it, so the bear did some deep diving. So here's where we're at. Now, of course, we're talking about the new high torque here, coming here from Harbor Freight, with the 1,200 foot-pounds of torque for $200, 5-year warranty, and the Ultra Torque. Of course, we had 1,400 pounds, 5-year warranty. So they said they were going to release the details on their website. Finally did, all right? We also see, look at this. We got, I told you that right angle was going to be whole hog style. I knew it. Anyway, 5-year warranty for the tools, 3-year warranties for the battery. Let's see the full terms on this. Here's the full term, okay? Now, a lot of this is legalese, but basically what this is saying is that if you want warranty service, you want to go into your local store, all right? The product, you're going to need your proof of purchase. Yes, it should be in the computer, but don't rely on the computer, guys and gals. Yeah, find somebody in your family. In my family, it's the Mrs. Bear, and she's great at filing this stuff. I just come in, I give her all my receipts, and she files them. Always make sure you have receipts. In fact, another good way is take a picture of it. Save it up to the cloud. You always have it. Anyway, and that it may is a big word here, require shipment by purchaser, that's you, to a service center at your expense. Now, hold on, you need to see the rest of this video. Don't just stop here, because there's a huge asterisk that should be right there. Basically, what they say after that is, if we find out it's the tool's fault, we're going to fix it and send it back to you at our expense. If we find out it's your fault, then you're going to have to pay for it. I did ask if they would fix it before they return it. I did not get as you know, I have a bunch of contacts over Harbor Freight, some official, some not so official. That ruffles their feathers. Anyway, I did not get feedback on that just yet. All right, we'll find out whether they're actually going to fix it or not. If it's your fault, we'll find out. But here's what I noticed here. It says may require you to ship it to a service center. Here's the thing. I asked around, and nobody could tell me if or where a service center was for Harbor Freight. I can't find any listings of official service centers. I looked on Google Maps. I couldn't find it. I don't think they have a service center. I mean, they have, don't get me wrong, I think they have them, but they're not set up for receiving, as far as I can tell, shipments from end users. So that's something to think about. So why do they have this wording in here if they're not set up to do that? Well, guess what? It's the same wording that's in this is the extended service plan here. I have to look over this. It's the same wording that's over there. Basically what this is this is my interpretation, and also some feedback from some of my not so authorized sources, is we think it's them just trying to do some CYA. Well, and the reason is you get a lot of people who run small businesses and try to use Harbor Freight's rental, as it's called. It's called the Harbor Freight rental, where people will go and buy stuff, and then they'll abuse the snot out of it, and then try to return it or try to get it repaired, all the time through the plan there. And often they do just that. I've seen people bring literally pallets full of floor jacks in, and they do it every year. They just collect them throughout the year, they bring them back, and then they get new ones. And I think this is them trying to make sure that anybody who's abusing the program, that they have options to protect themselves, because everyone I've talked to said their understanding is they will be replacing this right at the register, just like they do with everything else. And that to this bear is a fantastic thing, because look at this right now. Here's where we're at with the current lineup of power tools. Now remember, this only covers 20 volt brushless Hercules. All right. This is the current brushless lineup. This one down here, this little bugger, that's a 12 volt. Sadly not covered. And I will say this, Harbor Freight, if you're hearing this, you got to cover you just got to cover the 12-volt tools also, because think of it, a lot of mechanics want to buy this stuff and they're going to want those ratchets covered. They're going to want there's a bunch of the grinder polisher. They're going to want that covered. You got to cover all of the mechanics tools. But anyway, I digress. Right now, what we're seeing is you got 4 impacts. Harbor Freight has in fact, I think I have all 4 currently. They've got the half-inch compact, the 3/8 compact, the half-inch ultra torque, and the half-inch high torque. On top of that, you've got the recip saw, the circ saw, and the grinder. Now, what about the core tools? Where are the rest of the tools, right? Well, as we said before, if you missed it, this is coming out by the end of the year, all right? So we're in August. So this means September, October, November, December. In the next 4 months, these tools are going to hit, and we're looking at the brushless compact recip saw. So you won't even need that little 12-volt. You'll have the 20-volt version. The brushless large right-angle drill. I told you, that's that whole hog competitor. The brushless paddle switch angle grinder. As you know, the bear loves the paddle switch style. Then we got the core tools. You got the hex impact, you got the drill driver, and you got the hammer drill. Of course, all of those in brushless. And then we kind of skipped over this. No one's really talked about this. The next 2 items. There's going to be an 8-amp fan-cooled fast charger. That means, think about it. We got 8-amp batteries now and 12-amp-hour batteries. We need that fan-cooled fast charger, and it's coming down the pipe. This is all by the end of the year. And this last one, we really skipped this over. A 4-amp-hour battery. Well, why? There's already a 5-amp-hour battery. Why would I care? Well, the 5-amp-hour battery that's out right now is the 18650. This is going to be 4 amp hours with the 21700. That's going to be high discharge, high capacity cells there. So that is exciting news. All right, now of course the batteries and chargers, they're going to come under the 3-year warranty. Looks like basically the same information on that. Again, a lot of legalese there, but it looks like basically as long as you're not abusing the system, they're going to allow you to exchange it right there at the store. Now the batteries we talked about, okay, the 4 amp hours coming. Currently, right now, in 18650s, they got the 2.5 and the 5 amp hour. And then in 21700s, you got the 8 amp hour and the 12 amp hour. Also, don't forget, people are talking about, well, they raised the price on batteries and stuff. First of all, $140 for a 12 amp hour. That is a fantastic price. But that said, if you buy the Hercules battery bundle, the 5 amp hour, you get 2 of them for $100. That is, I think, about the cheapest price for 5 amp hour that you're going to find. Anyway, as far as chargers, we got the new charger coming down the pipeline, plus we have the standard fast charger, and we have the dual port. Now, I have both of these. I got to tell you, that dual port's fantastic. It does a great job charging, and it has USB ports on it as well. Also, remember, guys and gals, these are multi-voltage. They do 20 and 12-volt charging. So if you're in that 12-volt line, you have it. But now this brings up this whole thing about the warranty brings up the conversation that I get a lot of people always like to spout off. Everyone likes to hate on Harbor Freight, yada, yada, yada. And one of the biggest ones, people go, well, I'm a professional and I make money with my tools. And as such, time is money. Well, if time is money, I don't get the argument then why you wouldn't go with Harbor Freight. Because if you have a problem with one of these Harbor Freight tools, now you could take it back to any Harbor Freight store. Now remember, there's a limited amount of Harbor Freight stores. There's only 1,300 stores across the entire U.S. To put that in perspective, I live in Montana, which is the 3rd least populous U.S. state by density, only behind Alaska and Wyoming. And remember, a third of Wyoming is national park. So we're a pretty sparse kind of state. I live in a town with 7,500 people. And I can go 30 minutes up over the pass, and I'm in Bozeman at Harbor Freight. There's a radius. There's 4 Harbor Freights within a radius around me. There's something like 8 or 9 or some of them in the state. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Harbor Freights in Montana currently. And there's probably one opening up tomorrow. There always seems to be a new one opening up every other day. Now, that said, let's look at Milwaukee. Now, Milwaukee set the bar. They've been doing this for a while, and they make fantastic tools. All right, I give Milwaukee fanboys a hard time. I never give the tools a hard time. They're fantastic tools. They set the bar with this high torque impact, 1,400 pounds of nut busting torque, and came out with a 5-year warranty that I've said many, many times. up to this point was probably one of the best power tool warranties in the business. They did a great job of backing it up. All you have to do is find a service center, and we come over here, find a service center, and you can either take it in or send it in. And every service center I've talked to has been really friendly. Now look at this one. There is one service center within 100 miles of me. One, and it's in Billings. I have to drive 94 miles each way. So I'm looking at nearly 200 miles round trip if I want to get a Milwaukee tool serviced. Or I could send it in. Want to guess how much it's going to cost to send something like this? And even if I get it in there and they do admit, yes, it was covered by warranty, they're not going to turn around and do it same day. They're not going to do it in 5 minutes. So I'm going to have to make this trip twice. That's 400 miles of driving for me to service a tool. All right. What about Dewalt? They got the DCF 900B. I'm excited about this thing coming out. It looks like a fantastic tool. It's got the new precision wrench technology in it, which is similar to what we see in the Milwaukee and in the Harbor Freight, the Hercules there, where it spins down and that kind of stuff. It's got all sorts of stuff and 4 modes and everything, all the whiz-bang features you want. And a service center. I looked at the service centers in Montana, and the closest service center is not in my state. All right, I'm going to have to drive to Utah is probably, I think, the closest one. And I don't know. I guess I'd have to send it off. And unfortunately, DeWalt service centers don't have the reputation that Milwaukee does. They're not nearly as good. Anyway, I feel like I'm beating a dead horse there. I think you get the point. If time really is money, as you all like to say, then how do you beat going to one of 1,300 stores locally versus finding a service center? I want to hear your argument down below. And I know I can already hear the from the fanboys going, it won't last as long. Yeah, sure. Anyway, just a heads up. They're currently on sale already. If you're interested in getting one, this is the Harbor Freight parking lot sale that's going on. Of course, that's never in a parking lot anymore because all sorts of local municipality reasons and such. Anyway, the ultra high torque's on sale for $200. The standard high torque is on sale for $180. What a fantastic price on these! By the way, for you home gamers, this Bauer right here at $65 is not a bad deal. I think that thing will hit some reasonably not as high as like the 1,400 pounds, but it'll take off lug nuts off of almost anything. And for stuff underneath the car, it's big. Don't get me wrong, it is a big boy, but at $65 and the runtime on a corded tool is astonishing. I think it's even better than the 12 amp hour battery. We'll have to check. Anyway, that's all the Bear has for you today. If I didn't answer your questions, let me know down in the comments. Are there any other questions you want the Bear to follow up with either my official or my unofficial contacts over at the Old Freight? Also, don't forget to check us out over on Facebook. We got the Facebook group, and then you can see the behind the scenes of the Bear's family life up here in Montana, also down in the Vegas area and all the mountain states in between. Go check us out over on TikTok and on the Instagram. That's the other one. Anyway, that's all the Bear has for you today. You all take care. God bless. And as always, shine on.